In the heart of Nigeria, there was a powerful kingdom known as Dudu, ruled by a king named King Olumide, whose ambition for power knew no limits. His kingdom was vast, his wealth unimaginable, but his desire for control and domination consumed him. King Olumide was not only feared but admired by many. But beneath his regal crown, he had a deep hunger, a hunger for more than just land and wealth. He craved the power to control hearts, minds, and even the desires of those around him. King Olumide had everything a man could dream of: a beautiful queen, a strong army, and loyal subjects. But he had a secret. He was insatiable. His lust for power went beyond his throne. It seeped into his relationships, his dealings with people, and even his own desires. He believed that by conquering the hearts of others, he could rule over the world itself. The kingdom was filled with rumors of his insatiable lust. Women from distant villages came seeking his favor, hoping to become his next concubine. The king's gaze was everywhere, always searching for the next beauty to add to his collection, as though power came from the submission of hearts. Yet, his heart never knew true love. He saw women not as equals, but as objects of conquest, their bodies trophies to add to his ever-growing collection of accomplishments. One evening, as King Olumide sat in his royal chambers, a visitor came to him. The visitor was none other than the mysterious oracle of Imagery, an old woman with a reputation for seeing through people's souls. She was known across Nigeria for her insight into the future, but few had ever dared to cross her path. The oracle spoke in riddles, and none could ever predict what she might say. The oracle entered the palace grounds, her appearance sending a shiver down the spines of all who saw her. When she reached the king's court, she faced him and spoke in a voice that echoed across the grand hall. "Great King Olumide, I have seen your desires, your lust for power, and the way you treat the hearts of those who serve you. But beware, for in the pursuit of dominance, you might lose what you never knew you needed. Your power will blind you, and in the end, the very thing you desire will slip through your fingers." King Olumide laughed, dismissing the oracle's words as mere ramblings. His heart was set on his goal, to conquer everything and everyone. He thanked the oracle and sent her away, eager to continue with his plans. But the oracle's warning lingered in his mind. What if she was right? What if, despite all his wealth, he was still missing something? He pushed the thought aside. Power was everything, and no woman or fortune could change that. As time went on, King Olumide's lust for power grew more intense. He used his influence to manipulate his subjects, turning allies into enemies and enemies into pawns. His queen, Queen Moronike, who once held his heart, began to notice the shift in her husband's demeanor. His eyes were no longer filled with love, but with an insatiable hunger that frightened her. She watched as the king took advantage of anyone who crossed his path, especially the beautiful women who graced his court. Moronike, once devoted to him, grew distant. She knew something had to change but felt helpless. One night, while the king was away, she sought the oracle's counsel. The oracle listened to her heartbroken plea. "The king's heart is lost," she said, "and until he finds the truth and love, he will never know peace. But beware, for the truth will come when he least expects it." Moronike returned to the palace, and as the days passed, she waited in silence, observing her husband's every move. It wasn't long before she saw a change in him. The king was beginning to grow restless, unable to satisfy his endless desires. No woman could fill the emptiness he felt. His power, once so satisfying, no longer seemed to bring the fulfillment he had hoped for. One day, as King Olumide returned from his usual conquests, he found that his queen was gone. In her place was a letter, written in her elegant handwriting. "Your lust for power has left you alone, my king. You have taken from everyone around you, but you have never truly loved. I leave you with nothing but your kingdom. Love is what you have forgotten, and it is love that you will now search for. May you find it before it's too late." The king, furious and panicked, searched for his queen everywhere. He even sought the oracle again, hoping she would have the answers. But the oracle only told him, "You cannot find love by force. Love will come only when you seek it with an open heart, not through conquest." King Olumide spent many years alone, seeking women to fill the emptiness in his heart, but none could heal him. His power remained, but his soul was hollow. As time went on, the once feared king grew tired, his reign faltering. His kingdom, once strong and united, began to crumble under the weight of his selfishness. Then, one fateful day, he realized the truth. The very power he had sought had led him to nothing but loneliness. He had won every battle, gained every piece of land, and taken many lovers, but love, true love, was something he had never known. And so, in the twilight of his life, King Olumide, once the most powerful man in the land, walked through the ruins of his palace, reflecting on the choices he had made. His heart ached as he thought of Queen Moronike, who had loved him with a pure heart, and who had left when she saw him losing his way. In the end, King Olumide understood that true power did not lie in wealth, conquest, or domination. The greatest power lay in love, in giving, in sharing, in understanding, and in truly seeing the people around you. His pursuit of power had blinded him, but in the end, it was his loss of love that would haunt him for the rest of his days. The tale of King Olumide teaches us that the pursuit of power, especially at the cost of others, can leave us empty. It is love, true, selfless love, that gives life its meaning and depth. Power is fleeting, but love endures, and it is through love that we truly become kings and queens of our own hearts.